Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a rear camera and back glass replacement on an iPhone 14. You can see the back glass is pretty mangled up on this, so it'll be a pretty quick one. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just shut this device off. Yoink. Now let's go ahead and get these pentalobes removed. So generally you would want to use suction and heat to get the rear off and some isopropyl. But this thing is totally mangled and is going to be getting replaced with this guy anyway. And a premium replacement camera. So we're not going to worry about all of that. We're just going to brute force our way in. So we're just going to go into an opening here, get under the frame, pry it up. Alright, so now, thought I had it all free. There. Okay. So now, once it's all free from the frame, we're going to open it with the rear camera facing our left hand away from us like a book. And then the first thing we're going to do is remove this plate so we can disconnect the battery. Try to show you guys the right way to do this rather than the fingernail way. Okay. So the battery is going to be the connector right here. It has a plus and a minus on it. And we're just going to use our spudger to pop that up out of there and just fold it back slightly. The little bracket for the bracket is off of the logic board, but that should be fine. It's just soldered to ground and it's not torn in any way, so we should be chilling on that. So next thing we want to do is remove the plate here for the wireless charging. There we are. And then we'll disconnect the wireless charger. There we are. So this is effectively trash at this point, so we'll recycle that. What we want to do now is get all this glass around the frame cleaned up carefully. You want to be super careful around this battery, cover it up if possible. So I believe these are number 4 blades. Yeah, number 4 blades. These are these tiny little double chisel end blades. They're very good. I like them. Because you can get them in small spaces like this without... You can get them around the cameras, on an iPad, and things of that nature. Just be so careful if you have glass around the battery. You don't want to puncture the battery, and yeah, you don't want to puncture the battery with the metal or with the glass. So we're not worried too much about the adhesive. We just want to make sure that the glass is all the way cleaned up. Just want to move all this glass out of the way. You don't want to put the screen of the phone down on the glass because you can scratch it up. I'm just being so careful, going nice and slow. You want to be careful not to hit any of these little connectors, the pressure plates for ground, and all the sensors and stuff. Just watch out for everything. Be super careful. Patience is the key. Okay, so now that we have all the glass off of the screen, we just want to take microfiber or a screen cleaning cloth with some isopropyl and just get the dirt from around the edges. Do this before changing anything, especially in this case we're replacing the rear camera. We don't want to get any dust or anything in our new camera. Alright, no more glass dust. We're golden on that. Cut out this one little piece of lag adhesive. Alright, all clean. So now we want to take out the screws in the back camera. These are all going to be Phillips. Should be 3. There we go. Trying to find friendly camera angles, guys. Sorry about it. There we are. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And then our camera plugs are going to be these guys. Right and yeah. And right and yeah. Boink, boink. These come out of here pretty easily. We may have a little bit of adhesive on it. Just kind of slice through that and then pull up on them. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's underneath of this antenna plug, so we'll need to take that off as well and just sort of fold that out of the way. Now this camera will come right up out of here. That's going to go away. Put the new camera down in. I'm going to leave the plastic protector on it for now. Line them up. Now I'm going to use the tip of my screwdriver to run along these and up into this corner. Just what I'm doing is I'm pulling the flexes back just so the tops of them line up with the connectors, just so they're easier to plug in. It's the only reason. So now we'll put this flex back over these guys. This guy. It's gonna run right down the center. If I can get it. Ah, there. Now I can see. Nope, I did it again. Damn it. Alright. Run the screwdriver along so you can line this up. It can be difficult sometimes to get this down into the slot. I think I did it this time. There we are. Okay. That is done. Pull that into the corner as well. Plug that in. Perhaps that's what I shall do. There we go. Okay. They go. Alright, perfect. So now that that is done, let's go ahead and get these 3 screws back in. Alright. 3 screws back in. Everything is plugged nicely. Reorient this way. I'll remove the protective coverings always before installing the part. Carefully removing the covers over the cameras, not to scratch the lenses. You just want to stay on the outside. Alright, so now we will plug the wireless charging in, and that will fold back. So you're going to fold it back like so. We'll kickstand this phone so we can use all of our hands, and then we will put the plate back over the wireless charger. There we are. So now that the wireless charger is plugged in, we'll replug the battery. There we are. Remember I said the bracket for this is kind of disconnected from the logic board. I'm just going to set this over here and kind of let it fall into place. Alright, now that I have all the screws and everything back in the brackets, I'm going to go ahead and remove the protective cover from the new camera. And I'm going to close this guy up. I'm going to start at the top where the camera is and get the clips into the top, and then I'm going to go straight to the bottom and line the bottom into the holes, so it's going to look almost like an expanded battery. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, and then I'm going to just work my way up the sides So they go into place. Run your hands up and down to apply pressure firmly around the entire phone to make sure it's all seated into the clips. And then reinstall the pentalobes. We're going to need the customer to fully test this device, but let's go ahead and turn it on and test the wireless charging. Wireless charging works, and the customer just walked in. Alright, so works very good. Alright guys, thanks for tuning into another video. Please like and subscribe.